The brand new for 2019 Titleist TS1, that's TS4 in my hands, yeah. The brand new for 2019 Titleist TS4 and Titleist TS1 drivers. Now these drivers are designed for two totally different types of player. But how much difference is there? Let's find out, and let's do it now. Hi everyone, James Robinson here. If you're new to the channel and this is your very first time watching my content, first of all, welcome to the channel, and second of all, please don't leave before you hit that subscribe button. On this channel, I bring you guys daily golf-related content that helps you raise your game, lower your handicap, and hopefully just gets you enjoying golf that tiny bit more. In today's video, we have two of the brand new to the market Titleist drivers, the TS1 and the TS4, which complete the TS range of drivers. The first thing I need to address here is the TS3 and TS2 were released last year, they're already out. These aren't replacements for those, these are additions to the family. So if you've already bought a TS2 or a TS3, are you disappointed? Would you like to have seen these come out at the same time? Guys, hit those comments below and let me know. But we're gonna have to compare them, aren't we? Good job. Now the main difference between the Titleist TS1 and the TS4 is pretty much everything. The TS4 is a 430cc head, the TS1 is a 460cc head. The TS1 offers maximum forgiveness, high launch, more spin, pretty much everything a low spin golfer would be looking for in a driver. Whereas the TS4 is much more of a player's driver. It has been seeded on both the European and PGA tours. Guys, I go into all the details of these drivers in their own individual reviews, so if you do want to see that, I will kind of link them throughout the video. The TS4 is a much lower spinning driver, it is a much smaller head, and yeah, you've got to be pretty good at ball striking to maybe have a go with it. But the Titleist TS4 is designed for two types of golfer. The high speed golfer, the high spin golfer, the golfer who is trying to maximize their distance off the tee by lowering their spin and maintaining the speed. The TS1, for me, if I had to categorize it, just like I said in my review of the TS1, I would categorize it for the player who is desperate to increase their distance, who is desperate to hit more fairways, just desperate for that forgiveness. For me, I see this as the perfect driver for maybe a senior golfer, maybe a lady golfer, maybe a junior golfer, or just anyone in that bracket who is looking to increase their speed. Titleist have taken out up to 55 grams out of the TS2 for the TS1, so that's how much lighter it is. I'm testing the TS1 today in the Fubuki MV Series 45 gram stiff shaft, and also the much lighter Tour Velvet 360 light grip. We've even taken weight out of the grip for this driver, so we're really looking for a light driver to increase speed and try and get that distance up. So guys, I've hit 10 shots with the Titleist TS1 and the Titleist TS4. We're going to take a look at the numbers, we're going to see what the differences are, but primarily for me it's amazing just how these drivers feel so different. I stand over the TS1 and I just think, yeah, can't miss with this thing. Stand over the TS4 and it's slightly different. Although I have swung it pretty well in this review, you'll see there's a couple of bad shots in there which we may even take out to have a look at the kind of averages so they're not on the head and bits like that. But definitely there's a huge difference between these drivers. Let's have a look how much. So let's take a look at the difference in numbers between the Titleist TS1 and the Titleist TS4. So as you can see straight away, both of these are giving me a nice kind of high draw. However, the TS1 is really peaking a lot higher than the TS4, which is absolutely to be expected. One thing I'm really pleased with is, and this is probably just me on the day, but I haven't missed one shot right, which is pretty good. Let's start with the Titleist TS1. I was really impressed with this driver, to be fair. Like I said in the review, it isn't really made for someone like myself. It isn't made for a high-speed player. But let's take a look at those numbers. So the longest drive hit on there, 275. Shortest one, 247, with a pretty awful swing, to be fair. Averaging 265, which isn't bad for that driver. For me, I have obviously hit drivers longer than that this year, but just as I said in the video, if I had to choose a driver to hit a fairway this year, it would definitely be this one. I just feel so comfortable over the ball. I feel like I can hit it pretty much as hard as I want, and it is going to find that fairway for me. Club speed 108.3, producing a ball speed of 157.8, averaging 3,052 spin. So how does that compare to the low spin players model, the TS4? So as you can see already there, we have a 283, 282, a couple of bad ones, a couple of 250s, highest one 285. Now, as you can see, more bad shots with the TS4, which is absolutely to be expected. This isn't as forgiving a driver as the TS1, giving me an average distance of 272, which again, isn't fantastic, but is higher than the TS1, even with the 3 bad shots in there. I will have a look at the averages with a couple of the bad shots taken out in a second. Club head speed 107.9, ball speed 161. So even though the club head speed is down a couple of miles an hour from the TS1, the ball speed is up from the TS1. Average spin 3,000, but if I was to take out a couple of the bad ones, because they were kind of awful, you make of these numbers what you will. The distance jumps right up to nearly 280. Club speed stays the same at 107.8. Ball speed 161.3. And that spin drops right down to 2,500. Now, for the sake of argument, what if we take out the bad shot of the TS1? What if we take out this one? Average distance stays pretty similar, 267. Club speed jumps up a tiny... No, club speed drops. Yeah, club speed actually drops to 108, ball speed stays similar at 158, spinning again at kind of 3,000 just over. Now the really interesting point for me there is when I took out the bad shot from the TS1, the club head speed went down. And that sort of shows me that this driver isn't again made for people like myself. If I take out a bad shot where the club head speed was higher, then I can't control that golf club, can I? I can't control that club, I can't control the face. But the TS4 for me, is a fantastic driver for players who are wanting to lower that spin, really wanting to get the most out of their driver, get the most for the distance. However, as you saw, it's not the most forgiving driver. Very rare in reviews do I take numbers out. I'll always show you all of them so you can make of them what you will. But I had to take out 3 numbers there for me to really give myself kind of an average on what I would be wanting to look at. With the TS1, I only had to take out 1 number, and it didn't really make that much of a difference. So if you do struggle with ball striking, you struggle with consistency, the TS4 maybe not be for yourself. But you should go and do this test yourself. If you're looking for a Titleist driver, you're in the market for a brand new driver and you just love Titleist, make sure you go check out the TS4, make sure you go check out the TS1, maybe go and book yourself in for a fit-in with a Titleist expert. One thing I said in both my reviews of these golf clubs is I'm not 100% sure on the timing. The TS2 and TS3 have been fantastic drivers, they've been great, they've been fantastic on both the PGA and European Tour this season, as well as in pro shops up and down the country. But given the option, if anybody is already playing a TS2 or a TS3, are you disappointed that the TS1 and TS4 have just been released? Would you have liked to see them released all at the same time so you could choose and get fitted into the proper correct driver for your game? I find that all just a tiny bit weird. But for me now, the TS family is complete. We have 4 fantastic drivers and there's definitely going to be one out there to suit you. For me, the TS4 could maybe possibly sort of maybe wrestle the M5 out the bag. But we'll have to see about that. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed that video. If you have, make sure you hit that subscribe button below. Leave a like if you've enjoyed the video. If you've not checked out my reviews on the TS1 and TS4, I will link those, or they will have been linked throughout the video. And as always, I'll see you tomorrow.